Live Life Ep.6. Doing it again in the studio because, first of all, it's freezing outside. It's literally crazy. I heard someone died just because of the cold here. Quebec is no joke when it comes to winter. I don't know why I became a news weather forecaster or whatever that's called. What am I doing? Okay. I thought I'd make these videos a lot more because, first of all, I have stuff on my mind that I like to clear up. And like I mentioned previously, this is kind of like therapy. So it feels good to talk and let everything out, especially when you have a lot of thoughts and you don't let a lot of people around you to express those thoughts too. So there's so many people I look up to. I see them at their where they are and they're talking, and I resonate with every single word that they say, and like stories of when like back in the day when they didn't have all this money and all this fame. And I'm like, wow, that's like me right now. And I don't know if everyone feels like this, but just how the fact that they talk about those things inspires me and motivates me. Like yesterday I wasn't gonna post anything, and I was listening to this to the Impulsive podcast. Those guys fool around way too much, but they know what they're talking about when it comes to business, when it comes to marketing yourself, and when it comes to communication and stuff. They know what they're doing and they're heading in the right direction business wise. So there's definitely a lot to learn there, and I feel like what they do best is they know how to communicate, they know how to talk. So if you want to learn about that, that's definitely a good podcast I would recommend. And if you're the humor side of it, if you want that, if you want to improve on that, I feel like if you surround yourself with people, or if you listen to people that are doing what you want to do or what you want to achieve, then it's a lot better, and it gets a lot easier for you. But first of all, you got to decide, what do you want? That's the key thing. And I feel like a lot of people just ignore that and go live their day-to-day life without actually reflecting on that. Like, what do you actually want? What matters to you? It's so crazy how people don't even think about this and live their daily lives. Like, you're not happy about where you are in life, but you're not going to take the time to reflect on why you're there. And sometimes the solution could be so easy, but you're too scared to face it because I don't know why. NFTs are huge right now. I tried investing in one. I'm still learning a lot from it. I'm doing my testing here and there. But Laid Back Llamas is a community I was following really precisely. And I tried investing yesterday. They dropped. I couldn't get on the whitelist, but I did the public mint. And I was waiting for it. And it was my first time I was going to buy an NFT. And I waited like an hour for the transaction because it was in queue and it was processing, and it just failed somehow. Like 2 hours in, it just failed, and I was like, what? And then I realized that you got to learn about gas fees and all that. So I'm doing my research on that now. When a project is hyped, as much as that one was, sold out in 2 minutes, sold out in 2 minutes. That's a hyped project. The community is amazing in there. Can't wait to see how it actually evolves. But what was I saying? Yeah, if the project is as hyped as that, put as much money as you can in the gas fees just to make, because if not, you're just gonna lose $100, $200 on gas fees just like that. So yeah, NFTs are growing and I'm learning from them. First of all, I feel like I think too much, and it could be a weakness and a strength because you check yourself and you allow yourself not to go too far and make those mistakes, because sometimes you just get lost and it's so hard to pull someone out when all they're used to is their own thoughts and being in their head. I have an EP about that. It's called Don't Think Too Much, which I made in 2019. Yesterday, I was putting all my songs together. Like every song I've ever made, I was putting them in folders. And 2019, that was when I started releasing. I released a lot of songs. 2020, one of the best years up to now, because I released a lot of it was a lot of good songs, and I was in the moment, and the songs were really like genuine. You could feel even in my content that I was inspired, and I couldn't wait to release those songs and everything. 2021, I didn't realize this until yesterday. I released a whopping one song. And it was the song that I marketed the most, On the Floor, which did really good based on whatever I was expecting it to do. But I was so surprised at the fact that I released one song the whole year. I have no idea how that happened, but that puts everything into perspective. And 2022 already started, and I already have my first song released that I feel good about, and I'm planning on releasing another one next month. So and videos, I gotta do videos and content a lot more. I feel like I'm lacking on that side. Sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to be somewhere so much further than where I am right now, and I know it'll come in the future. And everything, I always say, everything happens for a reason. Just trust the process, it'll happen. Like something telling me you need to invest right now, because your future, because of what you're gonna be in the future. Like if you're, it's such a hard concept to grasp when you don't have that mindset. But I don't know, I just see myself. Maybe a lot of people think like this as well. Like, you know that you're going to be big, and you feel so underrated, and you're investing in yourself because you know your potential, and that's so powerful, especially as an artist. Like if you don't believe in yourself, you could be the best singer ever, but if you don't believe in yourself, or at least surround yourself with people that believe in you, you're not going anywhere. So that's really something to think about, and just the fact that I'm saying it out loud makes it so much clearer. I'm a big fan of writing things down, writing ideas down. I just feel like sometimes I need people to not make it happen, but I guess, yeah, in certain ways, like push me to the storytelling and communicating aspect of it, if that makes sense. I always tell people, write your goals down, write your values down, what matters to you, what is important to you. And as soon as that's clear for you, then you can actually act, and whatever you do during the day is going to reflect. And basically writing your stuff down will lead you to where you want to be, and it just makes the path so much clearer. We all feel like we have this potential to be someone, but yeah, it's so simple. If you want it that bad, you're going to get up and do it, and that's going to present itself in the future. TikTok is the best way to promote yourself right now. The sillier you are, the more likely you are to be noticed on TikTok. And that's not a good thing. Like, people are just like, yeah, it's entertainment, it's entertaining, and if you don't want to watch it, just don't watch it. But that's the most powerful app right now. Everyone has it, and it's affecting everyone's life. And the worst part is we don't have any limit or any restrictions on it. Like, anyone could post or say anything, and all that's stopping them is their self conscience, their reputation, or their self-respect. If people don't have that, then they literally go crazy and they post whatever they want, and they gain a following. So basically anyone right now is gaining a following. But no, reason. And you label that being an influencer, which I don't have a problem with. Like, people, like, you're gonna make your money one way or another, and again, whatever happens was meant to happen. I guess it just comes down to values and who you are as a person, and it's really good, but it has a lot of downside to it. There's a lot of bad. The thought of just starting a podcast, as soon as I find that one person to help me with, you need to have another perspective, and you can't just, like, this is me talking to myself and reflecting on my own thoughts. But as soon as you find that person that you could actually have a conversation with, a meaningful conversation with, it just makes everything a lot better. And in my eyes, it doubles the like, you're a lot more genuine, and that person can check you as well if you're saying something completely wrong. I joke about it, but it's actually something you have to take seriously. Like, you're not hanging out with anyone. You're not surrounding yourself with anyone. And although that's a good thing, because you're like this, you're like, your ears closed, head focused in whatever you want to do, that's amazing. What I'm scared about, and there's a lot of people I heard this from that made it, is it worth the sacrifice? Because every day that goes by, you're not going to live this life again. You're only 21 once. There's this cat in the back that's just screaming. I don't know why. You're only 21 once. And when you get to your 50s, your 60s, and you realize that when it was time to hang out, when it was time to have fun, to just lay back and chill, did you do that? Or I guess it's all about sacrifice. You have to sacrifice some stuff to get to where you want to be. Yeah. Crazy. Shout out to myself. This has been another episode of Live Life. I'm going to end it here. Episode 6. I don't know what episode 7 is going to be. But the last time I did one of these was 2 weeks ago, which I feel like I did one yesterday, but it was 2 weeks ago. Let me know, like, my DMs are open. Not for women, but if you want to have a genuine conversation about anything, feel free to DM me, because it helps. It does help to talk, and people undervalue that. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of Live Life, episode 6.